Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's be clear, I'm going to provide a tutorial on reasons not to contribute to open source projects in certain situations. However, I strongly advocate for ethical and responsible open source participation. This is not about encouraging you to avoid contributing altogether, but rather about making informed decisions about when and how you contribute. The intent here is to raise awareness of potential pitfalls and help you be a better, more considerate open source citizen. It's crucial to approach open source with respect for the project's maintainers and community. Why would I not contribute to open source? A guide to informed avoidance, and how to overcome it. There are legitimate reasons why you might choose not to contribute to a specific open source project at a particular time. Recognizing these situations can save you time, frustration, and potentially avoid introducing problems into the project. 1. When you're unprepared and/or don't understand the project ***. This is probably the most common reason to hold back. Jumping into a complex code base without a solid understanding can lead to submitting poorly designed, buggy, or even disruptive code. Problem You haven't spent enough time understanding the project's architecture, coding style, contribution guidelines, or existing issues. You're essentially trying to build a house without knowing the blueprints. Consequences Your pull request, PR, will likely be rejected, wasting your time and the maintainer's time. You might introduce regressions or security vulnerabilities. You might create code that clashes with the project's design principles, making it harder to maintain in the long run. Code example, illustrative of what not to do. Why this is bad. You've optimized without measuring. The original code might have been slower for a specific reason, example memory constraints, compatibility requirements, and your optimization could make things worse in those scenarios or break existing integrations. You also haven't added any tests to confirm your change is correct or doesn't cause regressions. Better approach, before contributing. 1. Read the documentation. Thoroughly understand the project's purpose, architecture, and intended use. 2. Study the codebase. Explore the core modules, key algorithms, and common patterns. 3. Check existing issues. See if the problem you're trying to solve has already been reported or addressed. Look at closed issues to understand how similar problems were handled in the past. 4. Follow contribution guidelines. Every project has its own rules. Respect them. 5. Start small. Begin with small, well-defined tasks, like fixing typos or improving documentation. This helps you learn the project's workflow and build trust with the maintainers. 6. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions on the project's communication channels, mailing list, forum, chat. Clarify your understanding before diving into code. 7. Profile first. If you suspect a performance bottleneck, use profiling tools to identify the actual source of the problem before making changes. 2. When your motivation is primarily self-serving and you're not considering the project's goals. Open source is about collaboration and community. If your primary goal is to scratch your own itch without regard for the project's direction or the needs of other users, your contribution is likely to be unwelcome. Problem. You're trying to push a feature that's highly specific to your use case, doesn't align with the project's roadmap, or introduces unnecessary complexity for other users. You may be creating a maintenance burden for the maintainers. Consequences. Your PR will be rejected. You might fork the project, creating fragmentation and diluting the community. Asterisk you'll create a negative impression of yourself within the community. Asterisk code example, illustrative of what not to do. Why this is bad. Asterisk the function is very specific and might not be useful to anyone else. It increases the complexity of the library and adds to the maintenance burden. It does not generalize well. Asterisk better approach, before contributing. 1. Discuss your idea. Asterisk before writing any code, propose your feature on the project's communication channels. Explain your use case, the benefits of your feature, and how it aligns with the project's goals. 2. Listen to feedback. Asterisk be open to feedback from the maintainers and other users. They might have valid concerns or suggest alternative approaches. 3. Consider alternatives. Asterisk could your feature be implemented as a plugin or extension instead of being integrated into the core library? This can reduce the maintenance burden on the project. 4. Be prepared to compromise. Asterisk open source is about collaboration. You might need to adapt your idea to fit the project's direction and priorities. 5. Forking, last resort. If your feature is truly incompatible with the project's goals, consider forking the project and maintaining your own version. This allows you to implement your feature without imposing it on others. But be aware of the maintenance effort. 3. When you're not willing to maintain your contribution. Asterisk. Open source contributions are not fire and forget. If you submit code, you should be prepared to maintain it, fix bugs, and respond to issues. Abandoned code can become a liability for the project. Asterisk problem. Asterisk you submit a feature, and then disappear. The maintainers are left to deal with bugs, security vulnerabilities, and compatibility issues. Asterisk consequences. Asterisk your code might be removed from the project. Asterisk you'll damage your reputation within the community. Asterisk you'll create extra work for the maintainers. Asterisk code example, illustrative of what not to do. Why this is bad. Asterisk without tests, it's hard to verify that the code works correctly or to prevent regressions in the future. Without documentation, it's difficult for other developers to understand how to use the feature. The maintainers will have to write the tests and documentation themselves, which increases their workload. Asterisk better approach, before contributing. 1. Write tests. Asterisk thoroughly test your code to ensure it works correctly and doesn't introduce regressions. 2. Write documentation. Asterisk explain how to use your feature, including examples and best practices. 3. Be responsive. Asterisk monitor the project's communication channels and respond to issues related to your code. 4. Offer to help. Asterisk volunteer to fix bugs, answer questions, and improve the documentation. 5. Communicate. Asterisk if you're unable to maintain your contribution in the long term, let the maintainers know. They might be able to find someone else to take over. 4. When you're trying to promote your own agenda, marketing. Open source is not a free advertising platform. Submitting code solely to promote your company, product, or personal brand is unethical and will likely be rejected. Asterisk problem. Asterisk you submit code that includes blatant advertising, links to your website, or other promotional materials. You might also be attempting to use the project's reputation to boost your own credibility. Asterisk consequences. Asterisk your PR will be rejected. Asterisk you'll be banned from the project. Asterisk you'll damage your reputation. Asterisk code example, illustrative of what not to do. Why this is bad. Asterisk it's blatant advertising and adds no value to the code itself. Asterisk better approach, before contributing. 1. Focus on value. Asterisk contribute code that is genuinely useful to the project and its users. 2. Be transparent. Asterisk if you're contributing on behalf of a company, be open about it. 3. Follow the rules. Adhere to the project's contribution guidelines, which usually prohibit promotional materials. 4. Build trust. Contribute consistently and demonstrate your commitment to the project. 5. Separate marketing from contribution. Keep your contributions separate from your marketing activities. Promote your company through appropriate channels, example blog posts, social media. 5. When your code quality is subpar. Submitting messy, poorly documented, or inefficient code will likely result in rejection. Take pride in your work and ensure it meets the project's standards. Problem. Your code is difficult to read, understand, or maintain. It might contain bugs, security vulnerabilities, or performance bottlenecks. Consequences. Your PR will be rejected. You'll create extra work for the maintainers. You'll introduce technical debt into the project. Code example, illustrative of what not to do. Why this is bad. It is impossible to understand what this code does without significant effort. There is a lack of meaningful variable names. There are no comments explaining the purpose of the function or its logic. Better approach, before contributing. 1. Follow coding style. Adhere to the project's coding style guidelines. This ensures consistency and readability. 2. Write clean code. Use meaningful variable names, add comments, and break down complex logic into smaller, manageable functions. 3. Use a linter. Linters automatically detect style violations and potential errors in your code. 4. Refactor your code. Before submitting your code, refactor it to improve its clarity, efficiency, and maintainability. 5. Get feedback. Ask a colleague or friend to review your code before submitting it. 6. When you're not willing to learn and adapt. Open source projects evolve. Be prepared to learn new technologies, adapt to changing requirements, and embrace feedback from the community. If you're rigid in your approach, you'll struggle to contribute effectively. Problem. You're unwilling to learn the project's preferred technologies or coding practices. You resist feedback from the maintainers and insist on doing things your own way. Consequences. Your PR will be rejected. You'll create conflict within the community. You'll miss out on learning opportunities. Better approach, before contributing. 1. Be open-minded. Embrace new technologies and approaches. 2. Listen to feedback. Actively seek feedback from the maintainers and other users. 3. Be willing to learn. Invest time in learning the project's technologies and coding practices. 4. Be flexible. Adapt your approach to fit the project's needs. 5. Contribute to documentation. If you're struggling to understand something, improve the documentation so others can benefit. 7. When the project is actively hostile or unwelcoming. Unfortunately, some open source projects have a toxic community or an unwelcoming environment for new contributors. This can be due to the maintainer's behavior, the project's culture, or other factors. Problem. The project's communication channels are filled with negativity, insults, or dismissive comments. You feel intimidated or discouraged from participating. Consequences. Your contributions will be dismissed or rejected unfairly. You'll feel excluded and unwelcome. You'll lose motivation to contribute. How to handle this, and when to walk away. 1. Observe the community. Spend some time observing the project's communication channels before contributing. Gauge the tone and level of respect. To report inappropriate behavior * if you witness or experience harassment or discrimination, report it to the project's maintainers or community moderators, if they exist. 3. Advocate for change * if you're comfortable, speak up against toxic behavior and advocate for a more inclusive environment. 4. Choose a different project * if the project's culture is consistently negative and unwelcoming, it's best to find a different project to contribute to. There are many other open source projects that value inclusivity and collaboration. Your time and energy are valuable, don't waste them on a toxic environment. In conclusion *, avoiding contributing to open source in the above situations isn't about being lazy or unhelpful. It's about being responsible, ethical, and respectful of the open source community. By recognizing these pitfalls and taking steps to avoid them, you can ensure that your contributions are valuable, well received, and sustainable. And remember, there are many other ways to contribute to open source, such as writing documentation, testing code, or helping new users. Don't be afraid to start small and gradually increase your involvement as you gain experience and confidence. Always approach open source with a spirit of collaboration, learning, and respect.